This is my gelding here. This is Ed's handsome lad. He's a 2.5-year-old walking horse. He's a black base color, and he's a gray horse. So he'll dapple out as he gets older, and then he'll ultimately be a white horse. He's one I'm working with. I'm gonna start to play with the saddle pad with him and the saddle, get it on him, and see if I can get him to be all relaxed. This is Ed's handsome lad. Like I said, I call him Laddie, or I call him number 2. He's got I'll show you. He's got a number 2 on his forehead. I can't see it there. There you go. See, it's a number 2. So that's him. Anyhow, I'm gonna get the GoPro up and I've got him brushed out and everything, and here's a saddle pad here. I also trimmed up his mane here to about as a little bit above his withers. This way it won't get underneath the blanket and cause any sort of like sore spot or anything. So I like to let him sniff it like this. Get that fly out of time. Let him sniff, and then you just take it up to him. You kind of watch his reaction to it. If you watch his ears, you see how his ears go back here. See, so he's thinking about it. Their ears tell you where their mind is, where their attention is. So I'll let him sniff it like that, and then I'll just pop it on him like this, and see how this works pretty well. If you trim it right, the pad. He's a young horse, so none of the tack is going to fit him right, because he's an adolescent, right? So let me get this. So you just gotta. What you do is you make it up with pads and stuff like that, So I like to get it to where the pads, like here's his hip bone, it's up in front of there, his hip bone, and so that looks pretty good. So I'm just going to take it off him again and sniff it. See, just get him real used to this, to where it's just not a problem, This is the kind of stuff, if your horse doesn't do this, like stand good, like for this, you got to work on it, right? I mean, and you want to watch their expression, because like you saw him, he raised his head up a little bit there. So he's a little alarmed. Well, they are. Whenever anything gets on their back or under their belly here in the flank area or something like that, it's a instinctual spot they need to protect, right? So I just keep doing it. Watch his expression. He's pretty soft-eyed. There's a difference between them being soft-eyed and shutting down. If they just staring ahead, like going, la, 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 I'm not here, la, 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 I'm not here, that's not good. And I've seen horses that are like that, and people don't realize that their horse is like that. And they think everything's fine until it's not, and the horse blows and loses it. Okay, so just gonna move him around a little bit. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the other side, because you always wanna do things on both sides. So I'm gonna come over here. See, let him see, he's not as comfortable here, right? So his right side, he's not as comfortable. It's okay, buddy. So let him sniff it, hold it up to him. See how he raised his head a little bit? That's a little bit of an alarm. There you go. Like this. See how he's getting that thing. He's like not too sure. It's so funny how horses are like, it's almost like two horses, one on one side and one on the other. And if you're new to horses, that might be a new thought for you. If you're not, you get it. But you really need to train both sides. See, so I'm just going to flop it around a little bit, and touch him, pet him down, just get him really used to it. Now, and I'm not sneaking around, like I'm not I'm conscious of what I'm doing, but I'm not sneaking around, like hiding something from him, or where he's thinking like, uh-oh, what's going on here? What is that about? Come on, buddy. Move over. See, so the fact that he's just moving kind of lets me know that he's not real comfortable with this. See, I moved off. So I need to stay with him. Here, come on. Uh-oh. All right. That's a good example right there of like, okay, so that side, that right side, he's not, me being on the right side, he's not as comfortable. So I'm just gonna get him used to it. So I'm just gonna grab it like this, fling it on him. Take it off, fling it out. Take it off, fling it on. I'm just gonna keep doing some of this stuff until he stops. He's not stopping. No. See, so that shows you that. So especially when I get the saddle on him and stuff, I'm gonna make special attention to this side here. That he's gonna be cool with it. There you go. All right, see? There's nothing to worry about. Take it off. Pet him. See? Tell him it's nothing to worry about. See? He just took it, let his breath out, so he's holding his breath. This is how horses can get through this kind of stuff really, really quickly. If you're consistent with them. And then you want to just be persistent, you know, and calm about it. And then they just think, yeah, what was I worried about? You know, what was I worried about? So just keep doing this. Yeah, now he's pretty good with this. Well, moved off. There you go, buddy. Smack him around. This is when I do smack a horse. Like, I've seen a lot of people pat their horses like this, saying good boy or good girl. That's not really a praise for them, but it is a thing to desensitize them, where they get the feel for that. Okay, see how he's kind of staring off a little bit. See, you just keep flicking it on him like this. Good boy, yeah. Good boy. Good boy, yeah. See, let him come to again. You just don't want him to get shut down. It's not a good thing. It'll fool you, you know. And I think a lot of people who have bad wrecks with their horses they're just not reading them right, you know. They're not reading it. They're worried. And they're shut down. Oh, buddy, you're a good boy. Let's move over. Come on. There you go. So I'm going back on this side. Get him used to this. And I'm just flipping it over there pretty rough. You know? Let's get up. So he's just kind of learning that this is nothing to worry about. And a lot of times if you do it right, it never is a real problem. You know, it's just that people don't, like, people might just do the one side, you know, and not the other side. And then the horse does finally look at this side and gets, whoa, what is that? And gets scared, right? So you just want to go both sides and get him used to that. See? So he's good, like with this here. Now the saddling, I tend to, the idea with the saddle is to get it up and on him without much jerking around, okay? Because things could go bad with this if it were to get fall off him or get underneath him or something like that. And so let him sniff it. Same sort of thing. And I'll touch him with it, see how he does. Sometimes horses, when you go to do that, they'll move away. And a good indicator. Now he's just sniffing it. And I'm sure he smells the other horses and stuff like that. So this is the touchy part. You never know what's going to really happen here. See how he just moved away? So I'm going to let him sniff again. There you go. Let's see what we got here. I'm just doing that. Just wanted to see what he'd do. There, let him sniff again. There you go. See, it's no big deal. You got to kind of, and I got a broken back. So that's part of my problem. Broke my back a few years back. Just not on a horse, on some icy steps. So I got to kind of, it's hard for me to kind of get it on him. I get tweaked kind of. So I'm gonna hold on to the saddle here. I don't want it to fall off. Yeah. There we go. Come on this way, buddy. Come on, this way. Come on. Come on. And I like this hanging them like this. Instead of like hard tying them, I mean, they can move around and stuff, and they seem to settle into it quicker. So I gotta see, like this is way too. I had this on a big horse. I think it was on Junior. He's really thick. So shorten it. So I try to get it in the middle. I think go up one more. Yeah, I'll go up one more. Okay, that's good. See how I look and measure that like that. The idea here, this is where you don't want to dilly-dally much. Just kind of want to get it on there to where it's not going to fall underneath him or scare him. So that's what all this is about. You just take our time with this and slip this under here like that. There's all these beetles flying around. I like this horse. He's always been just really nice. I think he's going to be a really good horse. He just got a good mind. You know, it's a good way about him. I might tuck that in one more time. Now I'm not gonna snug it up real tight. Like they use the term cutting him in half. You know, you don't want to cut him in half because you don't want to get him feeling claustrophobic. But I am going to put it up just a little decent enough so it doesn't fall like on him. Now this, what I do with this is, see, I pick up with this and put it down, pick up, put it down. Watch his expression, see? He's not worried about it at all. So pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down. See how I'm doing that? Just like that. Just repetitive. You know, that's how you basically ruin them, like with a cue. If you're doing a cue wrong, you'd get them used to it to where they'd ignore it. You know, you don't want to do that with the cues. Like you don't want to, you know, use your legs without purpose, like put pressure on them and not be aware that you're putting pressure on, you know what I mean? And because if you do, they learn to ignore it. And so that's that same thinking with all this stuff. If you want them to get accustomed to something and used to something and not worry, then you would do it repetitively with the purpose of just them learning to ignore it. Okay. See how this is really still loose here. So now, but he's doing really well with this. This guy's got a good mind. So I keep checking everything, making sure everything's okay. This has got to go. Like I said, none of this tack is going to fit him really well, you know, because he's young, you know. And I'll snug that up because I don't want him to get his feet underneath it if he starts to kick around and stuff. So now I'll take this down. And this probably isn't going to fit very good either. But I got to adjust it. So, you know, you got to bear with me. Like, you don't know where it's going to fit until you get it on them, and then you got to adjust it. But you got to also watch these young horses like that, because if you're not reading it correctly, they could be afraid. And I don't think he's going to, but you never know. He could lose it. Just all of a sudden, it's just one too many stimuli, and he's lost it, right? And so you want to. So adjusting it, you know, it's. I try to do as much as I can, but some stuff you just don't get to until after the first saddling, like this. So I get that. That's pretty good. Now this thing's pretty hard to adjust. So I'm gonna. Come on. There we go. There's a ring under here, see? And I'll pull that on there like that. Now this will keep it from going totally underneath it. And I pick this up, see, get it up here in that part of the saddle here. Come here, buddy. Yeah, I got the saddle pad on just a little crooked too. Like I said, well, it's not too bad, just a little bit. But I try to, the whole point is to not dilly-dally a whole lot, you know. It's actually pretty good. Yeah, it's right there. Come on, buddy. Come here, bud. He's been really, really good, though. Come on, bud. Come here, laddie. There you go. Good boy, yeah. So now I'm gonna... it's gonna bug me. It's good enough. The whole point is it's to have him... See how he moved away from that? Like that right there is stressing him. So come on, forward. There you go. Good boy. So I stopped. I need to keep going. And I try to do, when I do this, I try to do 4 tightens. Okay, so I take my time with it. But he seems to be doing pretty well with this. Yep. So I think this is number 3. Did a couple holes there. There we go. Watch his expression. It's pretty good. Doesn't seem to be too bothered. Okay. Go back and do this again. There you go. That's probably pretty. See how you look at me like, hey, that's about what I can handle there. See, so I just got to watch and let them know that you're paying attention. You just don't want to ignore them to where they feel like they got no say. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, this is the dicey spot here, like when you first turn them loose with this. I'm going to take them in the round pen. But if something bumps him, like one of these stirrups or something bumps him and he kind of loses it, can cause like a chain reaction to get really scared. So I got to keep him away from it. I don't want him to jump on me. Like if like the stirrup on the offside were to bump him and he's scared, where he would jump into me, that would be bad, you know. Good. So if he were to start bucking or anything, we usually let him with 1 buck, you know, like they can have 1 buck and thing. After that, we just shut them down. And we would shut them down by taking their hind end away, popping them with the halter, like jerking down on the halter, anything you have to do to get them to stop because you don't want them to think like that's an option. You want it, you know, the first time it's okay because they don't know what's going on. You can kind of see like what the horse is doing. But after that, it's like, no, you need to behave yourself, you know. And they pick up on it really quickly. At least walking horses do. I see how he's looking out to the right. I just let him go like that to show you. Come on, buddy. Yeah, he's going to be cool. He's going to be, like I said, he's going to be all dapple gray, and eventually he'll be a white horse. There you go. He's kind of heavy on my hands. He hasn't learned this. It's all new to him. Come on, buddy. But I like how he's good. I don't know if maybe I have saddled him already. I think I might have. But I haven't done much with him. I'm going to start working with him here. So I'm working with this guy right over here. This is Ed's hole-in-one. I call him Julio. So he's one I'm working with. This guy, and of course Blondie, and way back when my stallion, who I call Wayne, and then also Junior, which is Superstar's masterpiece. He's one that I put I think 5 rides on so far, just in the round pen. I haven't got him out yet, but I'm gonna get him out pretty soon. We're gonna take him out with a more experienced horse that's well-mannered and go out on the trail with him. But I think I'm gonna take him out in this side lot here with the pen open and go back and forth from the pen to the side lot, from the pen to the side lot, you know, and just see how he reacts. Because he's kind of laid back, like really laid back, like doesn't like to go, and like people would say, he has more woe than go. But the problem with that is that, and I'm talking about Junior, I'm not talking about this guy, but the problem with that is when they get out there, chances are when you get them out on the trail or out in the open pasture or something, they are going to have more go than woe. It's just usually what happens. They get kind of amped up and nervous, and then if something spooks, you know, the problem is in the round pen here, he's so chill that I don't have to, I haven't had to shut him down or anything. What I mean by that is like doing like a one rein stop or anything. I haven't had to do any of that with him, and so I got to kind of figure out a way to fabricate that so that I know what he's going to do. So I'm going to try to, that's Junior I'm talking about, not this guy, but I'm going to try to speed him up and get him to where he'll actually do something out there so I can teach him what the proper response is, like to shut him down. And you do like a one rein stop where you disengage his hind end like this, see? There. And I mean, he knows this stuff on the ground, but he hasn't had it in practice yet. And Junior's done some stuff like where he's bucked and stuff like that. Nothing much, just like some crow hopping and kicking out and stuff. And kind of, there we go, kind of rearing up, like Junior will rear up and shake his head and stomp and stuff, like when he throws a little fit. But he does that same stuff on the ground, so I like see how he's exhaling here. Like he's like, all right. So now what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna tie some reins on him here. See, I'll show you this. We just take this around here like this. So I take 2 loops around, 2 or 3 depending on how long the reins are, and I come up from behind and then over like this and tuck it down. And this is what I'll start him in, is this rope halter. And see, now I can get it out easy. It won't get too tight, and then it won't. So he's got reins, rope reins. So what we'll do is, like, I'll start him in a rope halter like this and ride him in the rope halter and So you get what we call, you get all your jerking and stuff away, and you're not in their mouth, right? You're in the rope halter, so you preserve their mouth. And then they learn basically most of a good portion of the foundational stuff in a rope halter. And then I think what I'm going to do with him is, and what I'm doing with Junior, we'll see, but I'm thinking of doing them in, after I go through the rope halter stage, going into a hackamore, which is the traditional hackamore, which is the Bozal, and the Makati reins and all that. And I'm going to see if I can train him in that and get him all the way up to the point to where he would then be ridden in a bridle, the Western bridle, like a Western. It'll probably be, we'll see with this guy, I don't know, I'll see as I go. It'll either be a Santa Barbara cheek with a half-breed mouthpiece, or a Santa Barbara cheek with a spade bit, but that's a long way down the road. Come on, bud. So I'm gonna get him moving. You can see how he's looking around. This is all normal. Come on, keep going. But I like to let them move around with the saddle and the halter with the reins on it. Nope, go that way. And this way you can kind of see, like, this is kind of what he's going to do, you know. I'll see, this is kind of what he's going to do. And like I've said in a lot of my videos, I know there's a lot of people who really get bugged up about starting, you know, a 2-year-old or something. But it's, what they don't realize is all the damage and injuries that happen with starting a young horse is due to them drilling them, and they have some sort of discipline that they're, or sport that they're competing in, and they start these horses at like 18 months and then just ride them into the ground and just work them, and their bodies break down. That's not what we're doing. I mean, he'll probably get ridden, once I do ride him, once, twice a week, maybe 3 times a week at the most, because I have all these horses. And I've heard old timers say, oh no, you got to ride them 6 days a week and for the first 60 days and all this kind of stuff. We've not found it to be true. Horses remember. They remember the lesson really, really well. And so the most important thing is to make sure that it's a good experience, that everything's a good experience, okay? So, and we just teach him these certain things, and I gotta see if I get him to, no, he's not paying attention to me. Put a little pressure on his rear end there. See, good. See how he came? Good boy. See, he saw me just pointing at his rear end. Now I'm gonna turn him, step away a little bit, see if I can draw him in. There you go. See, so that's body sign language there to tell him, like, it's okay. Come on in. So this is pretty good here with him. Yeah, let him sniff my hand. That's a good boy. See, a car just pulled in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get him going the other direction. I'm trying to remember which way I had him going. I think it was this way. Come on, get him going both ways. Come on, let's go. Probably get my flag. There you go. Get him going like that. Get him moving. Come on, up. I like to get him moving out a little bit so that if the stirrups banging around scare him, I'll see. You know, see, that's something I need to work on. Good boy. Yeah, good. See how he's looking out? He's scared of Rocky. Doesn't he look good? Yeah. Come on, buddy. Go this way. Get him going both directions. There we go. So this is kind of like what we do. See how? So you can kind of see what he's going to do, how he's going to react. See a little bit. See again here. This is the right side. See. So remember how on the right side he was apprehensive about the blanket and everything. So the right side, he's a little bit gets more nervous. Ooh, see, he saw that banner. That's why we have them in here. They're Eric's banners, his Circle P horsemanship, and we got him in here because they just scare the horses. See how he's looking at that? They just don't know what to think of it, you know. See, so you can definitely see this side here. Good. I'm going to turn and walk away. Draw him in. See how he's following me? That's a good boy. Yeah. Nice exhale, huh? Yeah. Good boy. So I'll go like this, see if I can disengage hind end. That was perfect. Good. See if I can disengage this hind end here. No, see how he's shuffling. Wait until he steps under. There, stepped under. Good. See what I was saying is, like, if he shuffles like this, that's telling you he's still nervous and is ready to flee. When they step underneath themselves and cross their legs, they're letting down because it's more vulnerable. See, so see if I can show you here. That's a shuffle. There, stepped under. Good. So you release the pressure when they do what you want, not when he's doing the shuffle. Okay, because you're trying to get to their mind and understand what their mind's doing. Yeah, good boy. Yeah, good boy. Well, I'm going to keep working with him. Thanks for watching. Should people subscribe? They should. Hey, smash that like button and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.